But like I said, my story and my mother's story is
Yeah,
an
yeah.
incredible,
Mm, mm,
incredible, incredible story. So
mm.
yes, she did birth 21 children and she stayed pregnant for 15 straight years. So you look at 15 straight years,
Yeah.
my mother and my father, they are champions,
Mm.
true champions. You know, to have 21 children by one man, that's a champion.
So that means she was giving birth back to back for 15 years.
Yeah, you remember when they said that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Michael Jordan won three NBA championships in a
Yeah,
row?
yeah,
My mother won 15 championships in a row. She is undefeated. Her and my father,
yeah,
they never lost a championship game. They never lost their confidence. They
yeah,
always had their faith. So hey,
yeah.
um, like I said, true Super Bowl champs, true NBA champs, true hockey champs, true baseball champions, and
Mm.
true volleyball champions, and true tennis champions as well. And and brother,
Yeah.
let me tell you this. I said, okay. And she came over to she she came over
Yeah.
and I had blast her so good.
So you clapped her
I
cheeks.
I mean, I bust the cheese so good because I told myself I'm going to put it on you so good that you will never do that again.
Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome to Baharia Walk. Today's guest is a very special one. From the 19th of 21 kids to breaking generational trauma, his story is unbelievable. He earned his degree at 42, lived through chaos, and now revealed the shocking truth about his past, healing, and relationship that shaped him. This interview is raw, real, and unforgettable. Welcome to Baharia Walk, Paul Lamar Hunter.
Hey, thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell my story in South Africa, Cape Town, and I know
Yeah,
that the people will enjoy this remarkable, amazing interview today.
yeah. How do you feel being on the first African podcast?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
It's a blessing, and the reason why it's a blessing because every year
yeah, yeah,
on January on every year in December, I write down my goals of what I want to accomplish. And so I wanted to do a podcast interview in Africa, Canada, um, Brazil, different countries. And you know what? You are the first that respond. Canada was the second that respond, and Brazil was the third that respond. So I'm just excited to share this remarkable story to encourage
mm,
um, men and women that it does not matter how you start, it's how you finish.
yeah. Paul, I got your story as a very incredible story, but also surprising because as much as here in Africa we love having kids, we love making kids, children, I mean. So it's very surprising to hear that one woman gave birth to 21 children because here in Africa there's a woman who broke the whole record. I think currently she's 45 years old. She's from Uganda. She had 44 kids, and right now 38 of them are still alive.
This is remarkable. This
Yeah,
woman
yeah,
is a trailblazer like my mom. I don't
yeah,
know how they do it, but yes, my
yeah.
mom, she birthed 21 children by my dad.
Mm,
17 living today,
yeah,
65 grandchildren, and 87 great grandchildren. So history has been made in your country, and
yeah,
history has been made in the United States as well.
yeah. So, Paul, growing up as the 19th of 21 children, What the moment made you realize your childhood was different?
Oh, it started when I was like I would say 9, 10 years old because we lived in a community that people will always gather around. The Hunter family always wanted to have conversations with my parents, with my siblings, and always wanted to come over and be in the Hunter family present. So I knew we were unique. The community looked out for us when we didn't have any. The community will always come by and give to us. So I give a lot of credit to the people in the city of Racine, Wisconsin.
Yeah. So, how did the chaos inside your home shape your personality as a child?
Say that again, sir.
I'm asking if how did the chaos inside your home shape your personality as a child?
I think what really shaped my personality is my father, my mother, my siblings, because I saw how they worked extremely hard to provide for us.
Yeah.
My father worked 2 jobs, my mother worked a part-time job,
Yeah.
and my siblings participated in making sure that they do the chores around the house, make sure that they fed the young ones, make sure that they did homework with us. So I am just blessed that my parents and my siblings helped shape the man that I am today. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be on your podcast.
Yeah. Because the woman I was talking you about from Uganda, the first child she had, she was 12 years old. How old was your mother when she gave birth to the first child?
My mother was 17 and a half when she gave birth. So this woman that started having birth at 12 years old, ooh, she had a head start on my mother. And I think if my mother would have had
Mm.
started having children at 12 years old, she probably would have had a lot of children as well. But thank God that she stopped at 21. So like I said, I give a lot of credit to my mom, and also I give a lot of credit to the young lady
Yeah,
that
yeah,
birthed 45 children, because it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of hope, it takes a lot of love, and also it takes a family to raise all of those children.
yeah. I get you very well, Paul. So, reading your book and listening to some of your podcasts, there's way you said that your mom stayed pregnant for 15 years. How would you explain that?
Well, I tell you what,
Mm,
like I said, she started when she was 17 and a half, and she stayed pregnant for 15 straight years. So what I was able to do is just break down the math, like, okay, she stayed pregnant for 9 months, she gave birth, and then she healed up for 6 weeks, and then they were right back at it again. You got to understand that my father, you can look at my father
mm,
as a plumber. He
mm.
was really laying pipe extremely hard,
Yeah,
and so you got to give him credit because he did a good job of laying pipe, and my mother was getting a delight. And so dad and mom, they, yes, birthed 21 children, but it took a lot for them to really stick it out and until they pass away. But like I said, my story and my mother's story is
yeah.
an incredible story. So
Mm.
yes, she did birth 21 children, and she stayed pregnant for 15 straight years. So you look at 15 straight years,
Yeah.
my mother and my father, they are champions,
Mm.
true champions. To have 21 children by one man, that's a champion.
So that means she was giving birth back to back for 15 years.
Yeah, you remember when they said that
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Michael Jordan won 3 NBA championships in a
yeah,
row?
yeah,
My mother won 15 championships in a row. She is undefeated. Her and my father,
yeah,
they never lost a championship game. They never lost their confidence. They
yeah,
always had their faith. So hey,
yeah.
uh, like I said, true Super Bowl champs, true NBA champs, true hockey champs, true baseball champions, and
Mm.
true volleyball champions, and true tennis champions as well.
And your mom's still alive right now.
No, my mom passed away 5 years ago at the age
Oh,
of 85 years old. So you got to look at her history. She
yeah,
ran a great race and she
yeah,
she crossed the finish line. So I want to be able to live beyond 85 years if
mm.
God bless me with that.
Okay. Talking to your book, I read your book, and your book is called No Love, No Charity: The Success of the 19th Child. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see your book. People need to go to Amazon and buy your book and read it. It's got an incredible story. I've read it, though I did not really finish it, but I got at least the overview of the entire book, and it's got an incredible story and so many things to learn from you and from your family. And why did you name that book No Love, No Charity? Because you told me your mom also wrote a book and she called it Love and Charity. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why those two titles? Your mom, Love and
Well,
Charity; for you, No Love, No Charity. What do you think that
so you,
is?
that is because
Yeah,
no love, no charity, the success of the 19th child,
yeah.
and Love and Charity, the life story of Louise Hunter.
Mm,
Now, my mother's book chronicles her life. My book chronicles my life. My mother book talks about her struggles,
yeah.
uh, birthing 21 children, dealing in Vicksburg, Mississippi, dealing with segregation, dealing with the Jim Crow system,
Mm,
dealing with people in society, how she started the first homeless shelter in the city of Racine, Wisconsin.
mm,
So my book talks about my life growing up in a family. And so when you grow up in a big, huge family, you got to understand there's going to be some trials, there's going to be some tribulations. And so I title it No Love, No Charity, the success of the 19th child, is to say that you can have an abundance of children, but you cannot disperse the same equality when it comes to love, when it comes to nurture, when it comes to spending time with your children. So that's the reason why I named it No Love, No Charity, the success of the 19th child. And let me say this,
yeah.
that both books has been adapted into a screenplay. So I'm excited that the movie will be coming out in 2028 or 2029. It going to tell the Hunter family life story. So it's going to tell, yes, we have some losses, but you know what? We end up getting victories after victories after victory. So when you look
Mm,
at my mother's story and you read her book and you read my book, you're going to learn that yes, on this journey, you're going to have some obstacles, some obstacles,
mm.
but you have to learn to persevere. You have to learn to get back up and keep moving. You should never, ladies and gentlemen, you should never give up on your dreams.
Yeah, Paul. While we're still talking about your family, there is where you mention in your book that your mom, she had 14 children in a two-bedroom, and the police came to give the notice of leaving. What happened next?
Well, my mother was pregnant with the 14th child, which is
Yeah.
my brother Larry. He's a pastor in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
And one day the sheriff came knocking at the door. And when the sheriff came knocking at the door, He spoke with my dad and my mom and told them that it was too many people living in this two-bedroom house and that they would have 72 hours to vacate. Mom and dad went to church that night. The pastor put them in a circle and the people surrounded them and they prayed and laid hands on them. And the next day, a miracle happened. A stranger came knocking at the door, spoke with my mom, spoke with my dad, and told them that he want them to look at this 18-bedroom house. Mom and dad got in the car with the stranger, and the stranger took them over to 617 Randolph Street. Mom and dad saw the 18-bedroom house, and they were just amazed by the whole situation. And the man said, "This house is yours for $1."
$1.
So my $1. Mom and dad did not have 10 pennies. They did not have, excuse me, 10 dimes.
Yeah.
Mom and dad did not have 10 dimes whatsoever or 100 pennies. So what the man did was, um, he went in his wallet and he gave my mother and father the dollar to pay for the home.
And there's where you mentioned that your mom running a shelter, at a certain point, she took care of um, homeless more
Yes.
than her own kids.
Hmm.
How
Yes.
did,
My
what your
mom
take on
start
that?
say that again.
I mean, what is your take on that? Your mom taking care of homeless, giving them more time than her own kids. Yeah,
I tell you what,
yeah,
as a man now, um, I can say what she was trying to do was help people.
yeah.
Um, but in retrospect, from my point of view or my perspective, I think I would not have done that because the Bible says that charity starts at home. So I'm going to take care of home first before I take care of anybody's on the outside. So a lot of my brothers and sisters resent that. And so, as kids, we want to have a life. It did not allow us to play sports. It did not allow us to go out and be with our friends and go to football games, basketball games, normal things that teenagers go to, even prom or even a social event. We always had to be at the homeless shelter. So I think that I would not have done that, because
Mm,
uh, most of my brothers and sisters, even myself, we did not have a normal life. We just did not have that normal life of going outside and having a social moment with our peers at that particular time.
okay. So growing up in your family, you and your sibling, do you have any alcohol or drugs addict in your family?
Well, most definitely, a lot of my brothers and sisters did use alcohol and drugs because they was trying to find an escape mechanism. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to um, just trying to um, be um, be heard. And in the Hunter family, you either you have to you really have to shut up. And if you don't shut up, it's like you get that
Okay.
that switch or that belt on you.
The
So
whip, the
yeah,
whip. You get whipped.
the whip. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So
So how come you did not? Because I've watched some of your podcasts where you say you don't drink, you don't use any drug, and how did you manage that? How did you escape that pathway of using drugs or drinking alcohol?
well, I learned, to be honest, I learned from my siblings' failures. I learned from their mistakes. So
Mm,
as a young one, as the 19th child, I'm observing everything. So I decided not to take that journey at all. As of today, I'm 55 years old.
yeah.
I'm clean, and I tell people all the time, this is the way I'm going to leave this world. this is the way I'm going to exit out of this world. So, a lot of women don't like a guy that
Yeah.
doesn't drink or do any drugs. It's not for me. So, never will. And it's just not for me. So, I just learned from my siblings' mistakes and also from people mistakes. You
Mm.
can just sit back and see uh, how different things in our society can affect people. With me, no, no, I don't care what happens in life.
Yeah.
Uh, I would never use drug and alcohol as an escape mechanism.
That's actually a good thing. Now let's shift to your personal life. And I'm gonna start asking you this question. What did earning a bachelor degrees at the age of 42 symbolize for you?
I tell you what, it symbolized a lot, not just for me, but for the Hunter Foundation, for the Hunter family. It laid the foundation that education is important. So you got to understand that when you do a study on your mother lineage, your father lineage, and then you discover that no one in your whole entire family never graduated college. They attended college, but never graduated college. So I was the first to graduate college in 2012 from Upper Iowa University with a bachelor's of science in business administration. So my degree laid the foundation. Now I have a lot of my nieces, my nephews, cousins, relatives. They went back, received their bachelor's degree, received their master's. I have a nephew. He's about to receive his PhD degree. So it's all about laying the foundation. And once you lay the foundation,
Yeah,
others can build from that foundation.
of
So it
course,
was
of course,
God that
of course.
want
Yeah.
it was it was God that wanted me to lay the foundation. And that's what I was able to do. And I'm going to continue to further my education as well and go back and receive a master's degree in public administration because I think that it is time for me to move forward and continue my education as well.
Okay. So tell me, what truth in your book were you most afraid to share publicly?
Uh, Most thing I was afraid to share about my sexual escapades with different women. And so when you share personal information coming from me,
Yeah.
I'm purging everything out. It's not to harm people. It's not to belittle people. It's just to educate people. So um, you know how some people use drug and alcohol as an escape mechanism? Well, I tell you what, I use my truth as an escape mechanism. I'm telling the truth about my sexual escapade. It's not to hurt the female. It's just I am purging things out of my life because I'm not going back to that lifestyle anymore. And I know it might hurt some people, and but what I'm trying to say is that when we stand before God on judgment day, our sins will be revealed to the world.
Yeah.
And what will the world say? I'm getting it out right now. And I hear when I was growing up, I used to hear the chatter, and the chatter was um, in my mom generation is that I'm taking it to the grave. Whatever happened in my childhood, I'm taking it to the grave. Well, I'm not taking it to the grave. I'm getting it out of me right now. So when you go to the graveyard and you stand above people that's dead, do you know a lot of those people went to their grave with their dreams not being fulfilled, their dreams not being fulfilled. They went there um, not accomplishing um, their goals. I'm getting everything out before I am laid to rest. So it's not to hurt anybody when I talk about my sexual escapade. Basically, what I'm doing is informing men and also informing women
Yeah.
basically what type of guy that you should look for. And also, it's all it is to me. It's just education. I'm not here to harm anybody whatsoever.
So, talking about your relationship and family, I've read that you're a father of four from one
Yes.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm a father of four,
from
and
one
I have
woman.
two daughters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have two daughters, and I have two sons, and I have one granddaughter. So um,
I
I
always
love my children.
I always see on your videos with your granddaughter in a prediction time
Yeah.
NFL. As much as I don't know much about NFL things except the NFL, how do you call it, this,
NFL prediction time.
yeah, NFL prediction time, yeah, yeah. So does your prediction work? Are they accurate, by the way?
You know what? I can't
Yeah.
complain because 95% of my predictions are on point. But when they're not on point, people get very, very upset because they listen to me and they make these bets on
Mm,
these on their team. So some
mm,
people will email me, or my personal friends will call me, or and just let me know you were off this week or you were on this week. How did you see that coming?
mm.
So it's a give and take.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's talk about your family. When did you realize that you cannot be with one woman only?
Yeah, yeah. Back in the day, I just love women. I tell women, um, all the time who I am, and that this is what I want, and it's up to them. I'm being transparent. I'm being honest with them. I'm not going to waste their time. Like I said, I'm 55 years old. So I'm in the next 20 to 30 years, I'm going to exit this world, my brother. So
Mm,
I don't have time to be trying to manipulate them.
yeah,
I want to get in your panties. I want to have sex. So
yeah.
let's get it on.
So you always go straight. If you approach a woman, you always go straight and tell her, "I
Uh,
wanna be
it-
with
it's,
you
it's,
in bed. That's it. There's nothing to do with
no,
you."
I don't say it bluntly to them. I develop a conversation with them. See, you got to use psychology. You just can't come out and say it right away. You develop um, a communication relationship with them, and you build them up.
Yeah,
And once you build them up, they begin to open up and trust you and tell you things. And when I'm having sex with women, I have women call me Dr. Feel Good when I'm putting that pipe in them. I have them call me Dr. Feel Good. And I'm better than Dr. Feel. I can tell you that right now. So I like to build them up,
yeah, yeah,
use extraordinary words and tell them how beautiful they are. They're talented. They are great at communication. They are great at listening. I want them to open up to me and share their personal life story with me.
yeah,
And once they open up, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I began to tell them, I have some weaknesses myself. And then I just tell them. And then I let them know that this is what I want in a relationship. But some of them get upset, but then they will continue to text me, call me, hang out with me. And that's when I know that they don't look at my sins as a problem at all.
yeah,
So as they continue to hang out with me, we begin to get closer and closer and closer, and then I end up getting the cookies. And once I get the cookies, it's over for them. It's over for them because once you put some heavy pipe in a woman, and they just comment everywhere and they never had it before, and
yeah.
it's like they after you get through, they laying in the bed and they daydreaming, and you sitting up there saying, I can't wait for you to get the hell out of my bed so I can have the next woman come over. So yeah,
Uh, so is the body count of 1,800 women real?
it is absolutely real. And I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
It might be more. It's nothing to brag about. You understand? There was one time, dude. Um, I had sex with three different women in one day.
Yeah.
Three different women in one day, and I did that for 5 straight days. You got to understand that
So
my
within
father,
five straight days, that means you had 15 women.
yeah. So you got to understand that my father had a very high sex drive, and my mother had a very high sex drive. So that gene carry on to a lot of my siblings and me.
But for them,
So yes,
your father had a sex drive, a strong one too, and he was committed to one woman, and your mom was committed to one man.
yes.
Where did you fail?
Where did I fail? I
Yeah,
think that when I was young, um, I never had the desire to be in a committed relationship.
yeah,
I never had that desire to be married to any woman whatsoever. I enjoy my peace. I
yeah,
enjoy going to the parks by myself,
yeah.
and I enjoy going out buying myself roses and having dinner by myself. I love myself. I really love myself. So
Yeah.
it would never be for me to get married. If things change, if things change, things just change. But I have no desire to commit to a woman whatsoever. And it's not to shame women whatsoever. It's just I am being candid, transparent, and honest about my truth about relationship and how I feel.
I heard you saying that you currently in relationship with 11 women. Can you please break it down for me?
Well, currently I was in a relationship with 11 different women, and I had to bring it down. And because when you giving out heavy pipe to different women,
Yeah.
they become attached to you. They like the way you cuddle. They like the way you listen to them. They like the way you hold hands. They like the way when they come over to your house and you come over to their house and you cooking together, you enjoying each other, you having great conversation. The young and you bring something that they really enjoy. And that
Mm.
is women love wine. It could be white wine or red wine, and you bring that item over to them and
Yeah.
you give it to them and you see the smile on their face, the glow that they have, that, oh, he stopped at the liquor store and he brought my favorite wine. They love that, they really do. So yes, I I was juggling women like crazy, and I'm telling you, my brother, in 2019 I was living in this apartment complex, and I'm a physically fit guy.
Yeah.
So I see these women all the time.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to screw these women. I said, I'm going to have sex with these women. I said, I know what I'm going to do. So I would literally, my brother, I would literally open up my door and see them outside.
Yeah.
And then I would take my trash out to the dumpster with my shirt off. And
Mm.
while I'm taking the trash out and I'm walking to
Yeah.
the dumpster, guess what they doing? They looking at me. And I have my sunglasses on and I can see them looking at me, hey, waving. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I would go just like this and
Mm.
just keep on going and then coming back to my apartment. And so it's all psychology, it's all planned. You have to have a plan to get these female. You really do. And I tell guys all the time, I tell them all the time, I say, it is so simple. All you have to do is just grab, smash, and ride. And you okay. You
So,
are you are literally okay.
so that is your advice to young men.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and and and, and with these 6 women at these apartment,
yeah,
I really had to train them because I was dealing with this 19-year-old at this particular time. And then the oldest one was 48.
yeah.
Now, the difference is with the older women, they can accept it. They'll say, okay, okay. Because I tell them, hey, if you see me with another female, Don't you say nothing to me. If you say something to me, just say, "Hey, Paul. Good morning. Good afternoon, Paul. How you doing?" And keep it moving. But with the young girls, it's very difficult because they get emotionally attached to you, and
Yeah.
when they see you with somebody else, they thinking in their head,
Yeah.
you know, he's laying heavy pipe on her
Mm.
like he's doing what he did me, and I don't want that. That's the way them young girls they really think. So it's really harmful, and you have to be very very careful.
So aren't you afraid that one day you might get shot by somebody's boyfriend?
uh no, I have a lot of guys sometimes that will call me and tell me to leave their girlfriend alone, and I would just educate them, and I would just tell them that's not your girlfriend, that's our girlfriend. And I would also inform them, if you look at the text message, you see that I'm not texting her. She's always initiating the text.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of women do. If they like you, they're gonna give up the cookies. They're going to text you, they're gonna call you. They not gonna look at your failures. If they really like you, they're gonna continue to come back to you. Let me tell you this, for example.
Yeah.
I had out about 2, 3 years ago, I was screwing this 19-year-old, and I was just man, I was laying pipe on this woman. And at that time, I was 52 years old, man. I was screwing her in the bathroom, on the patio, screwing her all around the house, carrying her around, just ripping her apart and picking her up and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to get rid of that woman. I'm talking about it was hard because the first time that we had sex, kid you not, my brother, that that woman and I had sex 6 times.
6 times.
6 times. I'm talking about my penis would not. Every time I bust that nut, that penis would not go down, man. I'm talking about six time, man. And it was hard for me to get rid of that woman. And then what made it so bad is that I was working with this woman. I can tell the story now. She was working second shift, I was on first shift. But what made it so bad, see, I'm gonna tell you about women emotions,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So what made it bad is that she ended up going to HR on me. She
Mm.
went to HR on me,
Yeah.
and she made some false allegations.
Yeah.
And she told HR on me
Yeah.
that I tried to kiss her in the elevator, which it wasn't true whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she didn't tell them the whole story. She didn't tell them that she was living with me for 3.5 months. She did not tell them that. She did tell them that she was coming over to my house every night
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
just to get there. So, they did their little investigation, and they didn't find anything because
Yeah.
she finally came out and she told the truth. And I was like, okay. So it was odd working at the hospital at that particular time
Yeah.
because of what she had said. And so what she really wanted,
Mm.
you know, she wanted me to marry her. Now, at that time, I'm 52 years old. I'm not marrying a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just having fun. So we don't supposed to say anything to each other. So a couple months later, she ended up seeing me at the job, and she was just smiling at me, and looking at me. And then I knew then that she missed me. All right. So then I be she started texting me. She started texting me. And then I
Mm.
was responding back to her. And so in the text, she
Mm.
had told me, "I miss you." And she said, "Can I come over?"
Yeah.
I said, "Come over for what?" That's what I said. I said, "Come over for what? You told HR on me." She said, "I just need to come over
So she
and have
wanted to
that dick
come
in."
over after she tried to open a case against you.
And you know
Ah.
what? She said in the text, she said, I just want to come over so you can put that dick inside me.
Ah,
And, and brother,
yeah.
let me tell you this. I said, okay. And she came over. She she came over
Yeah.
and I had blast her so good.
So you clapped her
I
cheeks.
I mean I busted cheeks so good because I told myself I'm going to put it on you so good that you will never do that again.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So what she's looking for, she was looking for was marriage. And I had to, I'm laying in the bed with her and I'm telling her, I said, listen, I'm
Yeah.
not marriage material. I told
Mm.
her that. I said, I am not marriage material. So,
Yeah.
the next day, we go and she got her place. So she took me by her new apartment.
Mm.
We chilled, we had us a good time.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
I tell my friends all the time,
Yeah.
she's 21 years old. All right,
Mm.
and she still comes to get the black dick.
Yeah.
She still comes to get the black dick. No,
Yeah.
even though she has a boyfriend, she will sneak away to come to get that black dick.
Oh, ah. But Paul, don't you think you are destroying them
Mm.
emotionally? Because women, they get too emotional, they get attached emotionally. And when you clap them cheeks, then the next day you don't have time for them. Don't you think you are
No,
destroying them emotionally?
no, I am not destroying them emotionally because, like I said previously,
Yeah.
that they make their own decision.
Mm.
They make their own decision. Either you riding with me or you're not riding with me. It's just part of my program. You know, for example, I was dealing with this African girl from Cameroon, and she's 53 years old
Yeah.
recently,
Yeah.
and I've been talking to her since July of this year, and going back and forth with text messages, we'll call, and then sometime we'll meet up and we'll have a great conversation. And then like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she texted me and asked me if I can be her lover.
Yeah.
And I told her, yeah, I'll be her lover. I was waiting on her to say that. And then, she came over. I bust the cheeks and sent her home. Hmm.
And
So
that's done.
we have this agreement, you know. We have
Mm.
this agreement. I let her know if she ever sees me with another woman,
Yeah.
control your emotion. Can you control your emotions? And she said, yeah, I can control my emotions.
Mm.
And I say, if you say something, just say, hey, Paul, how you doing? And keep moving.
So somewhere you mentioned that you went to see a therapist about your sex drive.
Yeah,
So when you went to see a therapist, what were you looking for? What were you
I was
looking to
looking for
achieve?
Well, I was looking for, to be honest with you, because, as you get older, and like you said,
Mm.
a lot of these women are emotionally attached.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and I've seen it in history where the man or the woman can be emotionally attached and they can really harm you
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Take you out and take themselves out. And I never forget when I was like 19, 20 years old. I used to like this lady. Her name was Aretha. I'm not going to say her last name, back home in Wisconsin. And I always wanted to get with her. I always had a crush on her. But she ended up going with this guy, having a baby with the guy. Once she once she was pregnant, the guy left her. And so she had the baby. And then 2 years later, I saw her and we got to talking. We got to having a good time. And I was so hurt that she had this child with this other guy.
Yeah.
And I had told myself that if I ever get a chance to bust her cheeks, that I'ma just bust the cheeks and get out of there. And let me tell you this, my brother.
Yeah.
rekindle with her. She had asked me to come over. I end up screwing her, laying it on her real good. I'm talking about real good. And so after I got through, I had told her, I said, I left my cell phone in the car. That's what
Yeah.
I told her.
Yeah.
And so I walked out the kitchen and went down the steps. And I told her, I said, I'll be right back. So
Yeah.
I got to running down the step, and then I'm walking to the car,
Yeah.
putting the key in. Something said, turn around,
Mm.
and it was her with a knife chasing me. This woman
Ah.
was chasing me.
Ah.
This woman was chasing me with a knife, and still to this day, when she sees my brother, she tells my brother. Now, this been over what 30 some years ago,
Yeah.
maybe over 40 years. This woman tells my brother, still to this day, that when she sees me, she's gonna kill me.
Maybe you promise her something that you did not commit to do. Oh.
Now, what I did was I just
Did you
bust the
promise to
cheeks,
marry
and I
her?
get no. I never promised to marry her. I just bust her cheeks, and I wanted her to feel my pain,
Yeah.
like like she did to me when she let this guy impregnated her. So that was all of that about. And so I did let her know, because I
Yeah.
waited a couple of days and I called her and I let her know why I did that to her. I just wanted her to feel my pain, you know. And it was wrong. It was wrong. It
Yeah.
was wrong. But when I had to go back home to my mom's, funeral 5 years ago,
Yeah.
you know, I was talking to one of my brothers, and I said, we gotta watch out for this crazy woman, because
Don't
I
you
didn't want her, show up at the funeral and try to do something to me. You know what I'm saying?
so Paul, don't you think one day you're gonna face the karma?
No, I would not face karma, because of one reason,
Yeah.
is because a majority of these women know who I am, and they know what inform them about me. I always tell them. I always tell them. So I want them to make their own decision. And you can't blame me if you make your own decision.
Yeah.
It's just like when the woman texts me, you know what I'm saying? Just like the woman texts me and wanted me to be her lover. She can't get mad if she sees me with another woman. She can't get mad if I decide, you know what, I'm shutting this down and I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna find me a wife. She cannot get married. She cannot get mad and upset because of that.
So Paul, you love your children, right? And
Yes,
your granddaughter as well. I always see you with your granddaughter on
yes.
Instagram. So how would you feel if you see people talking about your daughter or your granddaughter having over, let's say, 500 body counts?
With my children, I would say
Yeah.
they totally the opposite of me. You
Oh,
know, they in this relationship, one-on-one relationship. They totally different from me. That's the reason why my children
they are like your
cannot relate
parents.
to me. Yeah.
Mm.
That my children cannot relate to me. They see my children, my oldest daughter is 31. My second daughter is 28. My son is 27. My other son is 21. They sees these videos, believe me. They
Yeah,
sees the
yeah.
videos,
By the
and
way, what are their reaction whenever they see you on
because
podcasts talking about your sex drive and on and on?
well, they have a good understanding that I come from a mother and father that love to have sex.
Yeah.
They love to have sex. So
Mm,
they understand. Even my daughter tell me that, because I talk about single parents, single mothers a lot. And
mm.
I talk about my sexuality. And my second daughter had told me that her friends had said, tell your dad to keep doing what he's doing, because we
Ah,
love the videos. Because I'm gonna tell you this, my brother.
yeah.
When you tell the truth about your life story,
Mm,
people get agitated. People in our society don't want to hear the truth. Don't want to hear the truth. But If you tell a lie, they accept the lie.
Yeah,
They accept the lie.
that's
They
true.
don't want the truth.
That's
They
true.
don't want the truth. You know, when men and women come out and say, you know what, I used to be on drugs. I used to be on alcohol, and I changed my whole entire life. Now I'm for the Lord. Now I'm for helping other men and they don't want to hear that. They want to hear the lie because the lie seems like it smooths their mind.
Yeah,
It seems like the lie gives them peace. So they are living in this illusion. They live in this matrix
yeah,
that it's good to lie. The lie feels good, but the truth hurts.
yeah. I get you,
So
Paul.
I'm
Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna continue to tell the truth, my brother. I'm gonna really continue to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And if it and when I got men and women coming up to me and telling me,
Mm.
hey, I love your interviews. You being honest, you being truthful. And you know what they say? I wish I can be straightforward and truthful about my marriage, about my relationship.
Yeah.
And I tell them, this is the only way you're going to purge things out of you is when you start speaking the
The
truth of
truth.
what happened, what happened in your childhood, why you behave a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of men and women hurting out there because they don't have a relationship with their dad. They don't have a relationship with their mom. And then you have these single mothers out here that's having these babies by Pookies and Ray Rays, but they don't want a straight man be, because that straight man is going to be masculine and he's going to tell them this is the way it's going to be. This is my kingdom. This is my house. These are my rules. They don't want that. They do not want that. And there are so many single deadbeat mothers that are cursing their children today. Let me tell you this, my brother. Single mothers
Yeah.
will rather see their children fail than succeed because they know if they give that child to a man, that man is going to make sure that that child is productive and that child succeeds in life.
Yeah.
That's what a man would do.
So I've seen you like to wear capes with very controversial captions. There's one of your cape
Yes,
where I saw it was written that the child support is a scam.
yes, it is a scam, my brother. And I'm going to advise you, do not come to the United States. If you marry,
Mm.
stay in your country.
Yeah.
Stay in your country. Child support is not law. Child support is a federal program. Child support is a voluntary program. 45 CFR 303.5, the letter G. It states that it's a voluntary program. So I tell all men and women to stay in their country. You do not want to come over here. You know, that's the reason why I wear my hats that child support is not law because what I'm doing is educating men and women. I have a guy right now that I'm helping to get off child support because he's a foreigner. He's from El Salvador. And
Yeah.
he had told me his wife will just tell them all the time when they was living in El Salvador, let's go to America. Let's go to America. Please, let's move to America. My aunts, my cousins are doing extremely well over there. We can make it over there. This man sold his homes and came over to America and he bought a home. 3 months into his home, his wife filed for divorce and he had to go. And he told me
Ah.
how he had to sleep in his car.
Yeah.
And so they are divorced, but he haven't seen his kids in 3 straight years. 3 straight years. Child support is a scam. It's a Ponzi scam. So attorneys can make money. See what I'm gonna tell you something about the United States. It's a great country,
Yeah.
but the country was set up on fraud and deception. So when you dealing with child support, always remember deception and fraud is going to happen. Deception and fraud will happen. So it is not law. And so a lot of attorneys,
Mm.
they view my pages and they see what I'm saying. Do you know what? They would never debate me. They will never debate me on the truth. They stay away from the truth. When it comes to a guy like me and other people like um, child support simple, child support goat, child support is fraud, different businesses that's bringing light to the issues that's really affecting our community. And one thing about it is because I talked about child support in my book, and I'm coming out with another one called "I'm Pregnant and Child Support is the Father." But do you know what child support tried to do with
Yeah.
my family?
Yeah.
Was to destroy my family. Was to destroy my family. Child support is not about uh, building up family. They are about destroying family because they create this chaos and then they try to go in and say, "Oh, we can solve the problem. We can solve the problem," putting the man on child support. But when it comes to visitation or custody, they can't do anything with that, and they don't tell you that child support does not deal with custody whatsoever. And so they are being exposed, and a lot of men and women are educating themselves because I told you it's a federal program. So it was created from attorneys, and all they focus was men, 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 men. So it really started in the 50s, and it worked to the 60s, and it worked all the way to the 70s. And what they did was remove the head from the house, which is the man. See, God created men first, and then he created woman. And so when you remove the man, see, this is the deep state. The deep state said we got to pull away the men,
Yeah.
and we got to put the woman above men. And see, I have a hat that says men above women, which is the truth. Because if we look at the way God set up the world, it was God, man, women, children. Now, in the deep state, they have it as we're going with women,
Women. Yeah.
we're going with children,
Yeah.
we're going with men, and then we're going with God. The deep state is always putting God last, but God is not the last. God is the
Is
first.
the first. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So.
brother, we dealing with wickedness, and I tell every foreigner, stay in your country, stay in your country. And I'm gonna say this: when it comes to speeding tickets, when it comes to parking tickets, they might see this video and get mad at me.
Yeah.
If you read those tickets, it's voluntary. You don't even have to pay the speeding ticket. You don't even have to pay the parking ticket. It's all voluntary, and they put it in small letters because they know that 75% of Americans are uneducated and they're not going to read the small print. Ladies and gentlemen, if you read the small print, you can be liberated. You can be liberated when you go in front of that fake judge, because the judges are fake, and we don't have real judges in America. We haven't had real judges since 1789 because the deep state got rid of them all. And people don't even know that.
Yeah.
And they refuse to go and do their homework. So that means that they are mentally lazy, but they'll sit there and watch a football game, a basketball game, and cheer their team on and be all excited about that. Be excited to read a book. Be excited to go and do your own research and say, it's wrong for you to do this to me. It's wrong for you to divide a family because that child needs its father. That child needs its mother because it creates balance.
Yeah. I get you, Paul. I have a last question for you. What do you want your future self to look like emotionally and relationally?
I tell you what, I want my future self to look like, because I'm going through a transition. A man that's after God's heart, a man that wants to see the truth revealed to the people that they consider uneducated, and have them wake up and say, we will no longer live this type of lifestyle. I want to see the future of myself, healthy spiritually, healthy mentally, healthy financially, healthy emotionally. Um, I would love to see the future of of me, just chasing after my dreams and being a blessing to other men and women life. And so I want to say this, that it's it's a joy. It really is a joy to have the lights turn on. So God is always at the head of my life. And I pray every day that God would send the right person into my life. I would never forget seeing a psychologist, and she told me that she had those same desires that I had. And so, and how God had brought the right men into her life. And I just pray that God would bring the right woman into my life where I can cherish her, adore her, admire her, love her, and care for her. I just pray that.
Yeah. Paul, before we wrap it up, I want you to share your social and where people can get your book. If some
Well,
people would like to read your book, where do they get it?
they can go to Amazon.com,
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble bookstore. The book is available. Also, you
yeah,
can also purchase my mother book, Love and
yeah,
Charity, the life story of Louise Hunter in the Love and Charity Homeless Shelter. It was written by Dr. Dennis James Woods. Like
yeah.
I said, both books has been adapted into a screenplay combined together. The movie will be out in 2028, 2029. We are excited about the movie because it's going to show the Hunter family life story, and it's going to give people hope. So when it comes to social media, I'm on TikTok under Paul Lamar Hunter. When it comes to Facebook, I'm under Paul Lamar Hunter. When it comes to Instagram, I'm under Paul Lamar Hunter. And also, I am on X, formerly known as Twitter, under Paul Lamar Hunter. And ladies and gentlemen, you can visit my website, www.paullamarhunter.com, www.paullamarhunter.com. And remember, Donald Trump is 2-0 against women.
Paul, is there any question that we did not ask you that you, or anything that we did not, you would like to say before we wrap it up?
Hey, I am done for the day. I'm just excited that you allowed me to come on your platform and share my story. I hope that this story will encourage people in Cape Town, South Africa, and hopefully they will go out and get the book. But if they need me for any speaking engagements, I would love to come over to Cape Town, South Africa, and speak life into the hearts of men and women and children.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Hey,
Until
thank
next
you.
time again.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.